Assalamu alaikum. Beautiful day in Lahore. Today is 11th of February 2026. So, coming back to the income equation, uh, uh, the latest Nobel Prize in Economics 2025 by economist Philip Agnew would suggest that culture, though highly important for determining long run economic development, might not deliver sustainable economic growth rate. In fact, what history suggests is that economic growth rate has been mostly stagnant for most of the human history. Similarly, human capital might not guarantee, or postmodernism might not guarantee higher economic growth rates. Uh, there are ample evidence for this. For example, if you look at Latin American countries, many of the African countries, and some of the Asian countries, culture is rich, which is represented by languages, indigenous languages being spoken, whereas there is postmodernism. For example, uh, uh, there is a highly educated population. Sri Lanka is one of the examples where human capital and more than 90% of education could not really deliver sustainable economic growth rates. And postmodernism represents awareness about the technology future of the world, awareness and capacity to utilize and consume it. What it appears as what the 2025 Prize would suggest that in the absence of markets, culture as well as postmodernism will not really deliver sustainable economic development. And that is why, in this income equation, one of the key variables is globalization, exports plus imports divided by GDP, or trade policy, which will represent national and international commerce practices as well as national and international markets. So that is without including globalization into the income equation, the story of economic development is incomplete. And yet again, I would mention the popular paper by Daniel Roderick, Institutions Rule. Rule of law appear to be the most significant variable. But if you complete the analysis, you compare and interact modern values with traditional culture, it is markets and it is globalization which is most significant.